Good evening and welcome to the regular meeting of the Frankfort Village Board. Tonight is Monday, January 13th, 2025, first meeting for the new year. Call this meeting to order and we'll ask our village administrator, Rob Pisha, to take the roll, please.
Mayor Ogle.
Here.
Trustee Bletton. Here. Trustee Savaria. Here. Trustee Rigoni.
Here.
Trustee Petro.
Here.
Trustee Borelli.
Here.
Trustee Rossi.
Here.
Attorney Lamore.
Present.
I'm here. Assistant Administrator Barica. Chief Jalepis.
Here.
And the village clerk is absent. Mayor, we have a quorum.
Thank you. If everyone would please stand and we'll say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It is my honor tonight to swear in 5 police officers who have successfully completed their initial field training requirements. First, we have Officer Dylan Beatty. Officer Beatty was raised in Lockport and graduated from Romeoville Christian Academy in 2014. He went on to earn a bachelor's degree in psychology from Lewis University. Beatty's passion for law enforcement began in 6th grade, guiding his career path from an early age. In 2015, he joined the Illinois National Guard as an infantryman and later commissioned as an officer in the Army's Military Intelligence Branch. This experience was pursued to broaden his skills and strengthen his qualifications for a career in law enforcement. Officer Beatty is eager to serve the Frankfort community, committed to excelling in his career, and grateful to be part of this department. Next, we have Officer Tyler Scherg, a New Lenox native and a graduate of Lincoln Way Central High School. He earned his bachelor's degree from Bradley University, laying the groundwork for his career in law enforcement. Tyler began his public service journey as a community service officer with the New Lenox Police Department, where he developed a deep commitment to community engagement and public safety. Inspired by his father, a dedicated police officer, Tyler has long aspired to follow in his footsteps, serving his community with honor and integrity. Tyler is proud to join the Frankfort Police Department, continuing his family's legacy of service and dedication. And we have Officer Kyle Graff. Officer Graff was raised in Tinley Park and graduated from Lincoln Way North High School in 2016. He earned a bachelor's degree in special education with a minor in psychology from Trinity Christian College. Graff began his career as a teacher at Lincoln Way East High School, but his long-standing aspiration to become a police officer never faded. In his free time, he watched body camera footage of officers, which deepened his passion for law enforcement and motivated him to pursue his childhood dream. When applying, Graff was drawn to the Frankfort Police Department, having lived in the area his entire life and admiring the police department's strong community involvement. Officer Graff is excited to serve the Frankfort community, eager to grow in his career, and grateful to be a part of the department. Officer Brett Miller. Officer Miller was raised in Monee and frequently visited Frankfort throughout childhood. A graduate of Piatone High School, Miller developed a strong interest in becoming a first responder at an early age. Following high school, Miller attended Western Illinois University, earning a degree in law enforcement and justice administration with a minor in homeland security. During summers, Miller worked part-time for Frankfort Public Works, gaining valuable experience and engaging with the community. As part of the university program, Miller completed an internship with the Naperville Police Department and applied to the Frankfort Police Department for a position as a police officer. Officer Miller is enthusiastic about growing within the role and looks forward to fostering strong connections within the community. Officer Joel Wick is next, a Midlothian native. He graduated from Bremen High School in 2021. He continued his education at Moraine Valley Community College, earning an associate degree in criminal justice. From a young age, Joel has aspired to become a police officer. Joel is a dedicated husband and father, driven by a strong desire to serve and protect his community. His hiring by the Frankfort Police Department has brought him closer to fulfilling his lifelong goals. He looks forward to becoming an active member of the community and making a positive impact. So if those 5 officers would please join me in the front. All right, John. If you would please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of police officer for the Village of Frankfort to the best of my ability. Congratulations. Now we would like to invite up the families individually, and they will pin on the badge. So is that Officer Bradley, Stanley, please come up. Officer Miller's family, please come forward. And if Officer Beatty's family, would please come forward. Officer's family, would please come forward. Now, if Officer Wick's family would please come forward. Wife and daughter. I think that's one of favorite part of for myself and also for the board is to welcome new officers to Frankfort. The next item on the agenda tonight is what's called the unanimous consent agenda. All items on the consent agenda are considered to be routine in nature and will be enacted in one single motion. There'll be no separate discussion of these items unless a board member so requests, in which event that item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately. At this time, I ask if any of the trustees would like to remove any items from the consent agenda. Hearing none, can I get a motion and a second to approve, please?
So moved.
All right, so we have a motion from trustee Savari and a second, trustee Ledden. We'll go through these items to those who are in the audience tonight, as well as those who might be watching later. This is available on our village website, frankfortil.org. And the first item on here is the approval of the minutes from the regular meeting on December 16th, 2024. And then we will go to the approval of the bills, and we'll go to trustee Rigoni.
Thank you, Mayor. This evening, we have a total bills of $2,700,621.63. The breakdown for each individual fund is the general corporate fund of $452,196.62, motor fuel fund, tax fund at $45,602.12, the capital development fund, $224,083.50, the sewer water operation and maintenance fund, $138,860.99, and the sewer and water extension fund of $1,839,878.40. Some notables out of there, because that is a, with over a $2 million scheduled bills paid, include many of our infrastructure improvements, such as Pfeiffer Road, payment for our IPA, water main replacements, as well as then payments for wells 18 and the treatment plant. Also, like noted, that includes the 3 vehicles that we did note for purchase at Curry Motors. So, thank you.
Okay, thank you, trustee Rigoni. And then we have one item from the Plan Commission, and our friend from my grandson's favorite place, and he's nicknamed Deadpool Pizza because of the poster on the wall, too. So we'll go to trustee Petro.
Thank you, Mayor. Tonight before us is the Old Plank Pizza Company special use permit for extended hours of operation located at 14 Elwood Street. The applicants, Brad and Christina Egner, request a granting of a special use permit to extend the permitted business closing time from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays only, to accommodate the operation of Old Plank Pizza Company located at 14 Elwood Street in the Historic District. At its December 12, 2024 public hearing on the project, the Plan Commission forwarded a unanimous 6-0 recommendation to the Village Board to grant the special use request. The motion before us is to accept the Plan Commission recommendation, waive the first and second readings, and pass an ordinance granting a special use for extended hours of operation until 1 a.m., limited to Fridays and Saturdays, to the property located at 14 Elwood Street to accommodate the operation of Old Plank Pizza Company in accordance with the reviewed plans, public testimony, and findings of fact.
All right, thank you. So we have, that was all the items on the consent agenda. We have a motion and a second, and we will go to our village administrator, Rob Pisha, for the vote.
Trustee Rossi? Yes.
Trustee Borelli.
Yes.
Trustee Petro.
Yes.
Trustee Rigoni.
Yes.
Trustee Savaria.
Yes.
Trustee Ledden.
Yes.
And motion carries.
Thank you. Next item on here is what's called the mayor's report. We have the 4th annual Fire and Ice Winter Social, which will be held on Saturday, February 1st. And it is from noon until 2 p.m. It's in downtown Frankfort. This is a popular event. It features a live ice carving demonstration, toasty bonfires, s'mores, hot chocolate, winter-themed entertainment, and a chili cook-off. We'll have some of our fantastic local restaurants and even some Lincoln Way restaurants a little bit out there. So join us for a fun day and enjoy the free chili tasting as well. The public chili tasting will begin promptly at noon, and the Lincoln Way area restaurants that would be interested in participating in the chili cook-off should contact our event coordinator, Sue Lynchy. There's still time to get in on this. Registration deadline is January 22nd, and you could visit frankfortil.org for more information. We had some very interesting things happen this week with the police, and we'd like to go to our police chief, Leanne Chalepis, to talk a little bit more about that.
Thank you, Mayor. On January 9th, 2025, the police department issued a press release regarding 2 arrests made stemming from an armed robbery that occurred in our community in 2023. Again, this type of crime is not something we typically see in Frankfort, but I wanted to bring up the press release and what occurred in this case because, number one, we had a successful conclusion to this investigation. Number two, I want to acknowledge the hard work and dedication of the officers and the detectives involved in this case. It was a successful conclusion as 2 individuals were identified and arrest warrants were obtained, and they were then taken into custody. They were taken into custody with the assistance of the Will County Fugitive Warrants Unit and the U.S. Marshals Great Lakes Regional Fugitive Task Force successfully without anyone being harmed or injured, which is also great to see. So again, I just want to acknowledge a job well done, and again, some justice for our victim and our community in this matter.
Thank you, Chief. And again, tremendous work, diligence and persistence by our Frankfort PD, and we do hope that there's at least some peace and hopefully a sense of justice for the victim of this. And again, great work by our Frankfort PD. Next item on here, we'll go to Trustee Ledden for board comments.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just want to wish everyone a happy new year. I'd like to congratulate the new officers that were sworn in this evening. It's great to have young, enthusiastic, talented individuals join the police force and to fill out the roster completely now. That's great. Also, congratulations to the police department for resolving that open item from so long ago and sticking with it and making sure it happened. That's great. And then my final thing is just thoughts and prayers for everybody in California going through those devastating wildfires. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Trustee Savaria.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd also like to congratulate the officers that joined tonight. I think this is the first time I've ever seen 5 sworn in at one time. So congratulations to them. And Chief, congratulations to you and your department for the arrest.
Thank you. Trustee Rigoni.
Thank you, Mayor. I would like to note that we had 3 new businesses that were issued business license last month in December. That rounded out over 40 new business licenses last year. So as we always say, is that everybody has an option to choose, and we are glad that you've chosen Frankfort. I also like to congratulate the new officers. 5 is absolutely outstanding. I'd like to thank you for choosing Frankfort and serving and protecting our community. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Petro.
Thank you, Mayor. Just want to wish everyone a happy new year and certainly congratulate and welcome Officers Beatty, Schurig, Graff, Miller, and Wick. I echo my other trustees' comments. Swearing in 1 officer is a great day. Swearing in 5 is just fantastic, and being able to be fully staffed for our entire department is quite an accomplishment. So congratulations, Chief, and that of the recent arrest. I know that that is a lot of work in our community. Certainly feels closure on that particular event. And also just encourage everyone to get out. I know it's cold, but the activities that are coming forward and the chili will certainly warm you up. So try to participate in some of these upcoming activities. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Trustee Burley.
Thank you, Mayor. I also want to congratulate and welcome our new officers. Thank you for choosing to serve and protect the residents of the village of Frankfort. And best news of the year, Chief. I know it's early, but still, that's wonderful to hear. That was a horrific crime here, for the village. That's something that no one should be accustomed to. But great news. So thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you, Trustee Burley. Trustee Rossi.
Thank you, Mayor. Again, congratulations to our 5 new officers. I'm sure they'll do great things for Frankfort. We're very happy to have them. Congratulations to our chief and the 2 warrant divisions that helped you with this. That's a great thing. It was a very troublesome situation for a lot of people, and to have that resolved is an excellent thing. And also our thoughts and prayers also. We all probably know people in California, so our thoughts and prayers are with them.
Thank you. Is there any other business to come before our board tonight? Okay. So the next item on here is what's called public comment. It's not a back and forth. It's question. Yes.
Good evening. My name is Mike Martin. I'm a lawyer, at 15 West Jefferson, Joliet, Illinois. I'm here tonight on behalf of Naperville 2 LLC. My clients are trying to develop a development known as the Gardens of Frankfort. Mike Rose is the owner. Dan Rose is the owner. Dan is present today. Dave Henney is the project manager, and we have a Thomas Witchy as the social media manager. I'm appearing before you tonight on behalf of Naperville 2 LLC, the owner and successor in interest of a 64-acre parcel located on the south side of Stager Road, just east of Route 45 in Green Garden Township, Will County, Illinois, which my client seeks to develop as the Gardens of Frankfort, which is a 160-unit manufactured housing community on the 64 acres for adults 55 years of age or older. The property was previously the subject of a lawsuit filed by the owners against Will County as case number 98CH-151. In that lawsuit, the court, after trial, decided that the property owner's petition for issuance of a special use permit for the development of a mobile home park on the subject site should be granted, and the County of Will was ordered to issue the permit consistent with the views expressed by the judge within the case. The property's zoning classification was to remain A1, with the special use permit authorizing the development of a mobile home park as a logical extension of the Gateway Homes community, which I believe you're all familiar with. Since that time, and specifically since late October 2020, when my clients submitted preliminary engineering to the Village of Frankfort for review, Naperville 2 has requested that the Village of Frankfort follow its ordinances and allow for the connection of the property to the village's municipal water and sewer services. The development will provide decent, clean, neat, affordable housing for people over the age of 55 that do not have the income to afford the high-end housing often constructed in the Village of Frankfort. There are numerous amenities such as a clubhouse, and there is definitely a need for this type of housing for the public, and it is a highly marketable subdivision. This proposed development is a logical extension of the existing Gateway development, and that's what the court foresaw when it made its decision that the developer should proceed with and complete the expansion of the Gateway development on this property when it ruled in favor of the development and saw it as the natural expansion of the Gateway development project. I am here with the applicant who has submitted all of the documents requested by the village and more, and the village has failed, and it's now my understanding the village board refuses to act on the request. The zoning of the property by the court decree has been honored by Will County, and the county is in the process of reviewing and commenting on all the plans submitted by the development team on behalf of the Gardens of Frankfort development. Because the court order zoning the property predates the enactment of the village ordinance allowing properties not annexed into the village to connect to the village's water and sewer system, we believe that many of the village requirements for development of the property and connection to the village water and sewer system without annexation to the village are not applicable. Nonetheless, my client has cooperated with the village, has agreed to discuss pre-annexation agreement terms, and has agreed to upgrade the proposed development to meet the Village of Frankfort ordinances and has added requirements to the plans that are not demanded under the county ordinances. For 4 years, the process of developing plans for the development of this community have been quite expensive, and my clients are now at a point where they've been told that the village has absolutely no interest in considering the development, even though the village ordinance requires that the board of trustees vote upon the development. Further, we believe it is important for you to consider that in the development of the Gateway 2 subdivision, my client entered into a recapture agreement whereby my clients paid the village for the extension of certain water and sewer mains, lift stations, and for capacity in the sewer and water system of the village to allow for the development of this property. At that time, my client installed the improvements demanded by the village and for the construction of Gateway 2, and the village represented it had the capacity to serve this property, and we are now requesting to be approved for that connection to the village water and sewer service. Don't misunderstand. Our goal is not to engage in litigation, nor do we wish to do anything other than develop a high-quality development that our team and the community can take pride in, and which will serve the interest of its users and neighbors, and develop a logical extension of the Gateway 2 development contemplated by the court order. We urge that the Board of Trustees reconsider their position and consider our request for connection of this development to the municipal and water and sewer services of the village. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your comment. Is there anyone else who would like to come before the board to make a comment tonight? Hearing none, can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much, people.